back to another episode of Life Lessons. And today, we're not going to talk about much anything. I'm going to just tell a story about how my basketball career was threatened by a coach and how my overall character as a person was threatened by this same coach. So it's not going to be too long. I'm going to try to keep it between 25 to 30 minutes. But I'm going to touch on how you have to be cautious of getting too close to a coach and just getting too close to people in general. For those who don't know me, my background is a little shaky. I don't really get close to people. I tend to stay away from people. I'm very out of sight, out of mind. You don't know nothing about me unless I want you to know. I don't care to clear up rumors that spread. If you didn't hear from me, then if you think it's true, then 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you it's true, even if I know it's not true. I'm real big on if you form an assumption or you form an opinion about me without actually talking to me, then I don't need to justify anything to you. And that's with anybody, friends, family, people that don't know me. That's just how I think. That's how I operate. So if you form these opinions and you make these judgment calls and you make these statements about me without actually asking me questions or without actually getting to understand why I'm doing certain things or why I am the way I am, if you've already made these assessments and you didn't once come to me and talk to me, then I don't care to justify anything to you, and I won't justify anything to you. I'll just let you think what you think, and I'll move accordingly to how you think. And that's just how I operate. I don't care to be liked. I know I'm not liked by a lot of people. Like I said, I'm just real big on respect. I'll respect you and you respect me. You don't have to like me though, and I don't have to like you. And it's cool if we know that we don't like each other. And that's just how I operate with anything. That's with anybody I come in contact with. I will give you the utmost respect. I don't have to like you though, and you don't have to like me. But with that being said, let's jump into this story about how my basketball career was threatened and how basically my character and me as overall person was threatened. So I'm not gonna name drop this coach because, as I always state, I don't want no backlash coming back on me, but I am gonna tell my stories, and I'm gonna tell what I've been through, and I'm gonna tell the stories that I know about other people if I get the confirmation and the okay to do so. So this was my first time meeting this coach, and I thought the coach was a cool guy at first. He took the time out to meet every last one of his players, have a one-on-one meeting with his players, talk to them and everything. So I'm thinking everything is okay. A lot of the players coming back saying he cool coach and all that. So he has a meeting with me. He takes me out to eat. And he wants to know a little bit about me. So already I'm thinking, okay, he's a cool guy. Like, he wants to know a little bit about JV, not the ball player. He wants to know about me. So I broke it down to him and I told him a little bit about my life, a little bit about my story. And I kid you no lie, this dude sitting across from me in tears, like crying his eyes out, that I've been through some of the things that I've been through and was able to make it to college and play ball. He's in full-fledged tears. Like, I've never seen a grown man cry like this. Like, he's in tears. Like, so I'm thinking it's genuine. Like, I'm thinking he ride with me, like everything is gonna be cool and everything is gonna be like on the up and up, and like he done knew a little bit about me, so I can trust him a little bit. So that's what I did. I trusted him a little bit. I put my trust in him. I put my trust in his system. I put my trust in the position he wanted me to play. I put my trust in everything about this guy, because he showed me that he wasn't just interested in the player. Well, all of that started to change once I got a little knick-knack injury. And his true side of who he was started to come out, not only to me, but to other players on the team as well. Um, we're going to have a guy on. Well, I'm going to have a guy on that I hope pretty soon he could tell his side of the story, and I can tell, and we both can elaborate a little more on what really happened, because it happened to both of us. But I had got the knick-knack injury, so I was getting the treatment that I needed, and I was doing everything I needed to do to come back. But it was like he had no care in the world about me no more. Like, I didn't matter to him. I was nothing to him. I was nothing to the team. And I understand that as a coach, you have to worry about other things and you have to worry about other players. But to some degree, this is your number one player. He goes down. And it's not a season-ending injury. I would expect you to at least check in and see how this player is doing. Even if it's just I'm just checking on you to see, like, how's the rehab going? Or have you been working out? Something. Nothing from this coach. Like even in the practices, like, don't acknowledge me. Don't say nothing to me. When I'm trying to clap on the teammates, I'm being told, don't say nothing. But then if I don't say nothing, I'm getting looked at like, why you not talking to the team? So then it's like I'm in a lose-lose battle. And I understand with injuries, it happens like that. Like, you want to rush back, but you also have to know your body and stuff like that. So, like, I'm not really too worried about that. Like, I get it. As a coach, you have to worry about everybody else. But at the same time, I'm still your player. Like, even though I am hurt, show me that you rock with me, and show me that you care, like the persona that you put on when you first came in. Because now I'm looking at you different a little bit. I'm looking at you like you a fraud. Because had you come into this situation and told me off rip, man, this is what you're gonna do. If this happened, I'm not gonna care about you, da 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 da. I would have respected you more as a player, and I would have respected you as a man. Not man to man, but I would have respected you as a man. Because now you keeping it real with me. Now you telling me, like, if this happened to you, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to fight back for this. But you came in on some genuine trying to get to know the human and trying to get to know the person, not the player. So I trusted you. And then you slowly started to show me why I should have never put my trust in you, and why I think the way I think, and how it's okay to think that way at times, to not trust nobody, because everybody got an agenda. And as soon as you don't meet the agenda, or as soon as things go in another direction, they no longer have that agenda for you. They no longer can see that you're a benefit. They no longer think that you can benefit them. So they ship you off or they move on. And that's what was starting to happen. I started noticing gradually, like, they started picking little things to, like, try to get on me for. And I'll never forget, the assistant coach lied on my name to the coach, and we had a big meeting about it. I hit the assistant coach up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and was like, hey, can we work out? And he was like, no, but I can open the gym for you. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll be down there. So I get down there, assistant coach, not there yet. So I'm texting like, hey, I'm here at the gym. No respond. Hey, I'm here at the gym. No respond. He texts me back like 20 minutes later. I'm on the way. He comes there. He opens the gym. He cuts the lights on. My exact words was, all right, coach, I appreciate that. I'll catch you in the morning. He didn't say nothing. He just walked out. So I get my shots up. I do what I do. I'm on the gun shooting. After I finish, I cut the lights off. I leave. I take a shower, then I leave. So then the next day, I get a text message saying, hey, like, we need you to come have a sit down with us and have a check-in. That's what he called it, a check-in. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm thinking they trying to check in on me to make sure, like, I'm doing the rehab, I'm putting up shots, even though I have this little knick-knack injury, I can still, like, do things. I'm just not able to practice with the team. Like, so I'm thinking that's what that's going to be. So I get down to the meeting and I get in his office and he tells me to shut the door. And I shut the door and he asked me, he's like, hey, like, he starts off like genuine. Like, hey man, how's it going, man? How's the leg feel? Like, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine, coach. Like, it's getting better every day. Like, I'm doing the treatment I need to do. The trainer getting me right. I'm putting up the shots. I'll be ready. As soon as I'm cleared, I'm gonna be on 10. I'm ready to go. So he was like, okay, that's good. But then he switches it and then he goes, so are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But I'm in my mind, I'm still thinking like he on some genuine mess. So I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, yeah, I'm straight. And he was like, well, since you say you all right, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. And I was like, well, like, what you mean? What are you talking about? And he was like, so tell me, he was like, why didn't you thank the coach yesterday? And I was like, what you talking about? It's not registering to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I ain't see none of the coaches yesterday. Like, what's going on? He was like, so you ain't see none of the coaches yesterday? And I was like, nah, like during the day, nah, I didn't see none of the coaches. And he was like, so the coach didn't wake up out of his sleep at 4 a.m. to come open up the gym doors for you and cut the lights on. And I was like, yeah, he did. And then he was like, so why you ain't tell him thank you? And I was like, damn, I did tell him thank you. And then like I looked at him and I was like, yo, like I told you thank you and you walked out. And he just dropped his head and he was like, you ain't fucking tell him thank you. He was like, you think he just gonna lie to me? And I was like, I'm looking at him like, bro, like I did tell him thank you. And then he's like, nah, why the fuck would my assistant coach lie to me? You think he's just gonna lie to me like that? Why would he do that? He has no reason to lie. You ain't fucking tell him thank you. He got out of his bed in the morning to come open up them doors for you, and you want to be ungrateful? And I was like, all right. Now, this is the kind of person that I am. If I know you're wrong in what you're saying, in my mind, there's no point to try to correct you for being wrong. I will just let you talk because now in my mind, what you're saying is stupid to me. So I will let you talk and I'll let you say everything you need to say. I'll let you, if it's about me, I'll let you dog me out. I'll let you trash talk me. I'll let you say all of this stuff and I won't correct it. Because in my mind, if I respond, it's just going to make it worse. And it's not going to get anything solved because you dogging me right now. You throwing my name in the dirt. You trashing me. All it's going to do is make you more mad and it's going to add fuel to the fire. So I'm not going to say anything. That doesn't mean you right. Now, you might take that as you right because in most cases, most people do think that they being right when ain't nobody responding, which is why a lot of people will respond with, and you know I'm right. No, that's not the case with me. That's not the case. You're not right. It's just that I think whatever you're saying right now is dumb as hell and there's no point for me to respond to stupidity. So I'll get quiet and I'll let you sit there and I'll let you talk. And I've always done this because at an early age, I realized when you let people talk and you let them get it out, the quicker the conversation can end and you can go on about your day. You ain't even got to worry about it no more. So I'll literally sit there and I'll get quiet. I'll let you talk. I'll let you say whatever it is you need to say. And the minute you're done talking and the minute that the conversation is over for you and you feel good about yourself for letting off that BS steam, I'll just get up and leave. And ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't mad. I ain't upset. It's just like, okay. Because when I'm going to be pissed off about something for that you've made in your head or some opinions and assumptions that you made, like, I have no reason to be mad at that. Like, I'm just going to get up. Okay, cool. It is what it is. Ain't no bad blood. Like, it is what it is. But now, like I said earlier, I know how to move accordingly to you. So it is what it is. I still respect you. But now when it comes to certain situations and certain things, I know how to move around you but still be respectful. So you said what you said. Keep it that way. Not mad at you. No hard feelings. It is what it is. So he's going off, like, and he's just going on and on. And I'm just looking at the assistant coach, like, you really gonna sit here and like act like I didn't say thank you? And maybe you didn't hear it, but I I thought I said thank you. Not I thought, I know I said thank you. So then I just go, you know what? Hey, I thought I said thank you. I believe I said thank you. But if you didn't hear it, and if I didn't, that's my bad. I appreciate you, coach, for coming and open up the doors and cut the lights on for me. He still didn't look at me, head still down, ain't saying nothing. So at that point in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what am I supposed to do now? You a grown man, you my coach. You ain't giving me the energy that a coach would give his player. Like after he just like apologized to you, even though he didn't do anything wrong. Like right now, you acting like a little kid. Like that's something a little kid to do. You a coach. You act like a coach. So now I'm looking at him with this disdain, like, okay. So, but then I started to notice little things. Like I would ask him, like, yo, coach, can we work out? Nah, I got this paperwork I gotta do. Okay, cool. But then I'll go in the gym and he working out another player. And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna say none of this what it is because I got my dog. We could just rebound for each other. Or I have somebody else come in and rebound me. Or I just pull out the gun and just shoot on the gun and let the ball come back to me. So I started to notice little things with the assistant coaches. There's only one coach that stayed true to me. And I honestly believe he really liked me because he ended up leaving, but he never like spit on my name. He never said anything bad about me. In fact, when we were alone and it was just me and him, like he would give me pointers and give me tips on certain ways to score, certain ways to do this, like certain ways to get open, certain ways to create shots for myself, certain ways to defend certain things. Like I remember one practice I was guarding one of the players and I could not figure out how to get around the screen. And like all the coaches are just sitting there not like giving me no advice, no nothing. He pulls me to the side and he goes, you want to know the best way to get around that screen? Because it's an illegal screen, but we in practice, so we ain't gonna call it. And I was like, nah, man, but I'm getting pissed off because he ain't better than me, but this screen, I can't get around it, and it's making it seem like he better than me. And he was like, this what you do. The next time he set that screen, lower this shoulder and run that bitch right into his hip. And I guarantee you, if he don't move, he gonna feel it. All right, bet. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, you want to set an illegal screen? Okay, bet. That's what we doing. Lowered that shoulder right into his hip. For the rest of the practice, every time he tried to set it, he seen me coming, he'll move. He ain't want that shoulder to hit that hip again. That hurt. But that was something that he taught me, like, you got 5 fouls, use one for that on screens with big men who try to do cheap shots coming around, run right into that hip. And I was like, okay, bet. But he helped me. So he's the one coach that I honestly believe that like had my best interest, but because he was an assistant, he really can't say much. And that's the power that head coaches have. There are some assistants who know if they open their mouth, their job is gone. Like I've been in practices where an assistant has tried to open his mouth and say something to the coach, not even in a bad way, and the coach abuse his power and show the players and the assistant like, shut up, you under me. Like, no lie. Like the assistant coach is literally trying to say something to one of the players, and the head coach yells out, I don't give a fuck. This is my team. You sit back. And we all just like, yo, like, he's still a coach, but he's just going on and on. You sit back. This is my team. Like, you abusing your power right now. First of all, you don't do that to your assistant. Like, that's something that y'all talk about, and that's a conversation that y'all have when the player's not around. But to embarrass that man like that in front of your players, I thought that was messed up. Because the coach was a cool dude. But for you to be drunk off this power that you have as a head coach and just embarrass that man like that, when all he was trying to do was help, and you tell him to be quiet and sit back, this your team? Like, come on, man. At that point, as an assistant, you got to think like, so I get it. I understand why some assistant coaches don't say nothing. They don't want to lose their job. Because they know that they can lose their job. So some assistant coaches will sit back and watch the humiliation go on from head coaches to players. Watch the abuse of power that head coaches be doing to some of these players, and they won't say a word. Some assistant coaches will say stuff back because they don't care and they genuinely rock with the player. But there are some assistant coaches who will just be quiet as a mouse and won't say nothing. But back to the story. So I get up, I end up getting up, and I end up leaving. Like, I'm thinking everything is over, but apparently he had more on his mind. So we're practicing that night, and I'm on the other end with the trainer. I'm shooting free throws because, once again, I can't practice yet. I'm not cleared. So I'm shooting free throws. Then I'm shooting 10 spots, jump shots. So after the practice is over, he calls me in his office again. This time everyone's in there. He's in there. All the assistant coaches in there. The trainer was in there, but he told the trainer to leave. So he sit me down and he goes, "Look, I'm going to just be real with you. You think you're above my system. And I don't give a fuck if you was the best player on this team. Or if you think you the best player on this team. You ain't above shit here." So now I'm like, bro, where is this coming from? So then he goes, "You just arrogant as hell." And I was like, I'm arrogant? Like, that's not even who I am. Anybody who know me, I've never had an arrogant bone in my body. I'm just quiet. Like, you can't take quiet as arrogant because I don't want to talk. Like, so then he goes, "You down there shooting free throws. You ain't paying attention in practice. You ain't talking to the team. You ain't doing nothing." And I'm like, still not saying nothing because, once again, I think this is stupid. I think the conversation we're having is stupid. Like, I'm literally doing things that the trainer want me to do to be able to get cleared to come back and practice for you. So obviously I'm not going to be talking to the team if I'm down there with the trainer shooting. So then he goes, "You have two options." He goes, "You guys are about to go on break, and you have two options. The next time I see your face, you better be bought into my system, because if you're not bought in, and I wake up, and I don't think you bought in, your ass is out of here." That's where he threatened my basketball career. Your ass is gone. You out of here. And then this is where he threatens my character and me as a person. He then doubles down and goes, "And how do you think that will look in the paper? How do you think that's going to look in the daily paper? How do you think that's going to look in the papers back home? Division I athlete Javonte Milner kicked off." I'm like, so this is where we're going now. This is where we're headed. So then he just keeps going. "And you think that's going to be a good look for you and your family with your name in the paper saying you got kicked off the team?" So now it's like my back is against the wall. I'm in a lose-lose. If I give pushback, I'm instantly off the team. If I don't look like I'm engaged, I'm instantly off the team. And now you're telling me that if you kick me off the team, or if you feel like kicking me off the team, you're going to put it in the paper. So now, not only did you attack me as a player because for whatever reason you've made up all this stuff in your head about who I am, you attacked me as a person as well, saying that basically you're going to drag my name through the mud in the paper, and it's going to paint this image that I'm just this horrible person, and how ain't no team's going to want me, and how ain't no team's going to talk to me. It's going to be hard for me to go to another school. So what am I supposed to do? I gradually shake his hand. Say, "I got you, coach." Get up. As soon as I leave, I call my pops. "Hey, this is what happened. This is what he said. I'm just letting you know." My pop goes, Don't even worry about it. We gotta get you out that school because he ain't a good coach for you. And it's clear. Everything that he said in the beginning, he lied about. And that's where he lost all my respect. Great coach. Great coach. Great coaching scheme. But in my mind and in my eyes, you'll never have my respect because you portrayed something that you wasn't. And you got me to let my guard down and tell you a little bit about my life. You cried in front of me. Tears. Like boo-hoo crying after you heard about my life story. Just for you to turn around and throw that back in my face and then threaten me by saying you're going to put my name in the paper. How am I supposed to trust you after that? How am I supposed to do anything for you as a coach after that? So after that, you lost all my respect. I have no respect for you as a man. I have no respect for you as a coach. I have no respect for what you do. But as I always say, I know how to move accordingly. So when I came back, did I buy into his system? No. But I made it work for me to make it seem like I bought into his system because I knew I was leaving. I knew I was going to end up leaving eventually. I don't know where I was going to go, but I knew I was going to have to get up out of there. So I had to do what I had to do for the time being. But it messed with me a little bit because I'm not real big on talking much to people. I'm not real big on letting a lot of people in. So for me to let you in and for you to do that, and I'm not the only one he did it to. He did it to some other folk. So for you to do that and for you to act like you're this saint of a coach when the media is talking to you or when other people is talking to you, you putting on this facade, but behind closed doors and behind them practice walls, like you ain't who you say you are. And I can't respect you as a man for that. I honestly wish if I could go back in time, I had recorded that conversation because I thought about it. Because around that time, it was it was coaches getting blasted and getting in trouble for saying some of the things that they were saying to players. And I wish I could have recorded that conversation so my folks could hear the things that he said. Other people can hear the things that he said so people could really see, like, you ain't no saint. And I know for a fact, you wrong for what you did. I ain't gonna talk about it, but you wrong for what you did. I know for a fact you threw smut on my name, but I'm not the only one named you threw smut on. I know that for a fact. I know it. But the dice was rolled and I played and I got the hand that I was dealt. And I made the best of it. I ain't get mad. I ain't get upset because while you still talking how you talking, I still got the one assistant coach who got faith in me and who believe in me and who want to see me do good. And he himself ended up leaving. So it is what it is. I started moving accordingly to you. I started moving accordingly to some of the people on the team because I knew that they wanted to impress you so bad that they would do anything to get on the floor. So if it was, don't do this to JV or don't do this with JV, when JV hit you up, don't do it. That's how it was. But I didn't care because I moved accordingly. But the one thing you weren't ever going to do, and the one thing that I didn't let happen, I didn't let you jeopardize my basketball career, even though you tried. I didn't jeopardize it. I was smart enough to play the game right. I was smart enough to play the cards that I was dealt right. I didn't let you throw smut on my name because at the time, my name is all I had. And I wasn't going to let you disrespect that. I wasn't going to let you tarnish that. I take pride in my name. So I wasn't going to let that happen. And I did what I needed to do for that not to happen. And I'm proud that I did that, because I can look back and I can say, when this other story come out, some of the players that watch this, some of the dudes that I know that's going to watch this, they going to know what coach exactly I'm talking about. And I know for a fact you have thrown smut on a lot of players' name, and it's wrong, because I ain't never threw dirt on your name. Never. I've never thrown dirt on a coach's name when other coaches have asked about him, and that is my word. Never. Every school that I went to, every school that I visited, every school that tried to talk to me, like every time they asked about a particular coach or any coach that I dealt with, I never say anything bad about him. My exact words are always the same. He's a pretty good coach, man. Like, I mean, he have his ways, but what coach doesn't? But overall, he's a pretty damn good coach. For every coach that I've ever come in contact with, even if I don't believe that, it was just my honest belief that players don't throw dirt and don't throw smut on coach's name, and coaches don't throw smut on players' name, because that's what was told to me. A quick way to get me out. Well, I help you go to another school. I won't say anything bad about you. So as long as you don't say anything bad about me, I won't say anything bad about you. I'm thinking that's how the game go. But I'm learning. It's clear that ain't how the game go. And from what I was told by people, by agents, you definitely threw smut on my name. And it's cool. I ain't tripping, because in my mind, I still succeeded. I still got to do something that you probably didn't think I was going to do. And I'm still succeeding now. So, and the other person that you thought wasn't going to succeed is still rising and grinding. So, in my mind, you lost. And it's a dub for both of us. And I can't wait to get this person on. But that's the end of my little story for today. One thing I just want to say, when you face people like that and you come in contact with people like that, it's okay to have your guard up. It's okay to not trust them off rip. It's okay to analyze situations with them. And it's okay to sit back and observe them, because eventually the real them will show. Glimpses of them, the real them will pop up. So it's okay to sit back and be timid with them, as long as it's timidness for the right reason. And I don't even know if timid is a word, but as long as it's for a right reason, it's okay to sit back and kind of have your antennas up. But that's the end of this episode, man. Life Lessons Podcast, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Share with all your family, all your friends, man. Hope I out. Peace.